Hey, what up, YouTube? So, I'm making a series called Why Do So Many Black People in America Have European Names? Since it is quote unquote Black History Month, I think it's important that we actually talk about real black history, quote unquote black history, because when I say black, I'm using it in a colloquial way. But black, in regards to describing a group of people, doesn't really mean much. It can mean anything. So a real ethnicity, a real race is based off your tribal lineage. And a lot of our people don't know that. They don't know where they come from. They just know their skin color. So I think it's important that we actually go into this and talk about how do we get all these European names, and we dispelled the rumor that we got it from our slave masters, because that's the narrative. So let's start with this video. So this one is talking about Shakespeare's sonnet, The Dark Lady. Now, people who read Shakespeare, he wrote a series of sonnets, particularly about a woman that he called, or that is described as the Dark Lady. And she's described as having black, wiry hair and dark eyes. So let's read some of his sonnets. So this is the sonnet. I believe this is 127 and 150, or I'm sorry, 130. And in the first two lines, it says, "In the old age, black was not counted fair, or if it were, it bore not beauty's name. But now is black beauty's successive heir, and beauty slandered with a bastard's name. For since each hand hath put on nature's power." And I just like to put that there because he puts in context that basically black is not in style at this time. And he wrote these poems back in the late 1500s. Now let's go over to to sonnet 130. It says, "My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are dun? If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head." Now, these describing the woman's breasts are done. Her skin complexion is done. So now let's look into the word, the etymology of that word. So this is the etymology of the word dun. So it says right here, Old English, dun, dingy brown, dark colored. Perhaps from the Celtic, compare Old Irish, don, dark, Gaelic, don, dull, dark brown, dark. Welsh, dun, brownish. From pi, donis, desnos, dark. As a noun, dun colored. 1560s as a dun horse from late 14th century. The horse meaning is that figurative expression, done in the mire. Things are at a standstill or deadlock, which occurs in both Chaucer and Shakespeare. Dun is likely the origin of surnames Dun, Don, and Dunny, etc. So as we see, dun means a brown skin or a dark skinned woman. So he's describing this woman as dark skinned. That's why it's like the narrative that European was all Caucasian is false. As you see right here, Shakespeare was describing a real dark-skinned, brown-skinned woman, because the people who were the kings and queens of Europe, even into the 1500s, 1600s, they were people of color. They were so-called black people. Now let's look at another word. This is brunette. Of a woman, dark in complexion, having a brownish tone in the skin and hair. 1660s. From French brunette, femme a brunette. From Old French brunette, brownish, brown hair, dark complexion. Feminine, diminutive, a brune or brown. 12th century, a West Germanic origin. From Proto-Germanic, brunaz, from pi, ger, bright brown. So you see, when someone was described as brunette, it was talking about their skin color. But look at the next paragraph. As a noun, woman with dark hair and eyes and a dark complexion, from 1710. The methodized form, Old French Burnett is the source of the surname Burnett. So you see, in the 1700s, that's when they started describing brunette as how we know it today, as a woman with dark or brown or black hair and brown eyes. But in the 1600s, in the 1500s, and before, it was describing someone's skin complexion. And the same things with olives. When someone says olive skin, they usually are referring to like a Middle Eastern man or a Caucasian man with a tan. But olives only come in green and black, and even in that brown in between. And I don't see any green people walking around, so I think we know what that means. But a lot of words have been changed. The definition of words have been changed, so we have to kind of dig up the meaning of these words and look at it from their perspective instead of looking at it from ours. All right, so peace.